Welcome to the news segment of Venezuela Insider. Today is November 28th of 2025. Trump already mentioned that he's considering land strikes within Venezuela. Now, the way that he proposed to do that is that the quote-unquote drug cartels attacking inland because it's going to be more effective in order to stop the drugs coming to the United States. And we know that he declared the Venezuelan government a cartel, the quote unquote cartel of the suns. Now, every military expert, which I'm not, are saying that an attack is basically a sure thing right now. Airlines are taking precautions, are not flying to Venezuela, almost any airline, just a couple. And what is going to happen, we don't know yet again. And it's like, it's not going to happen until it's going to happen. A couple of other news, a piece on the New York Times, basically putting on a bad side, or bad mouthing Maria Corina Machado, the opposition leader. Now, this particular article from the New York Times was written by I forget the name. It's a Jewish name, and this particular author, she's left-leaning, I believe. She has been, misinforming about Venezuela, to say the least. Also, according to the Washington Post, Maduro might be thinking of going to exile on Turkey. That is actually, on the Pegasus. That's basically the favorite place for everyone doing this analysis, including me, actually, if such thing happens. That particular call between Trump and Maduro, we have no report that has happened yet. So if we got some, under the table news from Venezuelan journalists saying that particular phone call directly between Trump and Maduro already happened and didn't go that well. So we still have to see the results on that. Also, this is very important, but it's not too much talk about on the news, is that the migrant planes from the US are still going to Venezuela, even with this draconian situation, this political crisis, where even commercial flights most of them are not going to Venezuela, but the migration, the deportation flights are still going to the country. So, yeah, a weird situation going on. We also heard just a few hours ago that Trump is halting migration from the quote-unquote third world countries, and Marco Rubio is pushing, he gave the mandate to the ambassadors all over the world, especially on the quote-unquote first world countries, the developed nations, to push the local governments of such nations in order to halt migration from third world countries. So, well, my position on migration, not the biggest fan, but I understand there are wacky things happening with migration on both sides of the aisle, and yeah. So that will be all for today. Please, this is a fluid situation. We have to keep checking out. If we have breaking news, we are going to talk about it. Just at the moment. Thank you again for your attention. We'll see each other on the next video.